You've been putting on your jeans, capping your pen, and filling up your car the exact same way for years. Without realizing, you've been missing the point entirely. That tiny extra pocket inside your jeans? The hole at the top of your pen cap? The little arrow next to your gas gauge? They weren't random design choices. Engineers, manufacturers, and safety standards built them for specific reasons that most people have completely overlooked. Today, we're diving into the verified engineering, history, and practical design behind everyday objects you've been using wrong your whole life. These aren't myths or life hacks. They're documented features with real purposes. Stick around, because by the end, you'll look at ordinary things in a completely new way. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another surprising truth about the world around you. Let's get into it. Millions of us reach for these objects on autopilot. Jeans have that small pocket inside the right front one. We stuff coins, earbuds, or nothing at all in there. Pen caps get chewed on or tossed aside without a second glance. We pull up to gas pumps guessing which side the filler is on, sometimes circling or getting out in the rain. The misconception comes from how these items evolved. Jeans started as rugged workwear in the 19th century, but fashions and daily needs changed. Pens became disposable plastic tools. Cars got more complex with varying fuel door placements. Manufacturers kept the original engineering details, but without clear labels or widespread explanation, the intended uses faded into the background. We default to what feels intuitive, pushing ketchup from the bottom, ignoring the small pocket's history, or relying on memory for the gas tank side, because no one explained the deliberate design logic baked in from the start. Let's start with your jeans. That small coin or watch pocket inside the right front pocket was part of Levi Strauss & Company's original 1873 patented design for waist overalls, intended to securely hold a pocket watch with its chain or fob attached to a belt loop. It was practical for miners, cowboys, and workers during the American West era. The rivets at the corners reinforced stress points to prevent tearing. The fifth pocket people often refer to is actually the second back pocket, added later around 1901 to 1905 for balance and utility, making the standard five-pocket jean. Now, the pen cap. Bic and other manufacturers added the small hole in the top starting around the 1990s to comply with international safety standards. If swallowed, it allows air to pass through, preventing complete airway blockage. It also helps equalize pressure. For cars, that small arrow or triangle next to the gas pump icon on your dashboard points to the side with the fuel filler door. Ford designer Jim Moylan proposed it in 1986 after getting soaked in the rain while using a pool car with an unknown filler side. It debuted on 1989 Ford models and spread industry-wide. These weren't afterthoughts. They were engineered responses to real user needs and safety data. Look closer. The jeans watch pocket's rivets tie back to Jacob Davis's 1873 innovation for durability under heavy use. The pen cap hole meets specific safety dimensions to function as an emergency airway. The gas gauge arrow is a simple, low-cost visual cue that solves a common frustration across makes and models with inconsistent filler placements. Ergonomically, these features minimize effort and risk. The pocket keeps small items secure during physical labor. The cap hole addresses documented choking incidents. The arrow prevents unnecessary movement at the pump. Manufacturing kept them because they work without adding significant cost or complexity. People treat the jeans pocket as useless or for tiny junk, missing its secure storage purpose. They chew pen caps without realizing the hole's safety role, or ignore it entirely. At the gas station, drivers guess the filler side, leading to awkward repositioning, especially in rentals or unfamiliar cars. For ketchup, a bonus everyday frustration, many bang the bottom of the glass bottle instead of tapping the 57th spot on the neck, which Heinz designed as the optimal pressure point for smooth flow. These mistakes waste time, create minor hazards, or reduce convenience. Knowing the real design turns frustration into efficiency. If any of these surprised you already, drop a comment below. Did you know this? The jeans pocket and rivets rely on basic mechanics. Copper rivets distribute force at high-stress seams, preventing fabric failure under load, verified through 19th century workwear testing. Pen cap holes follow fluid dynamics and anatomy principles. A small opening prevents full occlusion of the airway, buying critical time, as supported by safety standards from choking data. The gas arrow is human factors engineering. Clear, glanceable visual indicators reduce cognitive load and errors in high variability situations like different vehicles. Moylan's proposal was a direct response to observed user error in real-world conditions. Simple physics and ergonomics make these features effective without complexity. Here's what ties it together. These small details reflect thoughtful product design, responding to genuine problems. The Jeans Watch Pocket originated in an 1873 patent for durable work pants, evolving as needs changed. The real fifth pocket, left rear, added for symmetry and utility decades later. Levi's even ran ads highlighting its overlooked nature. The pen cap hole addressed real incidents. Thousands of pen part swallowings documented over time, leading to standards that saved lives by allowing airflow. It's the same principle behind holes in some toy parts. The gas gauge arrow started with one engineer's rainy day frustration in 1986. Moylan's internal memo led to a feature now standard worldwide, eliminating guesswork from millions daily. An unexpected example, similar attention to detail, appears in other objects, like the 57 on Heinz bottles, precisely placed for tapping to release thick ketchup due to the bottle's geometry and sauce viscosity. Designers don't add features randomly. They solve documented issues: durability for workers, safety for children and users, convenience for drivers, rooted in history, testing, and user feedback. That tiny pocket you've ignored? It once held gold nuggets or watches for frontier workers. Today it still quietly works. Understanding these changes how you interact with the everyday. Check your jeans pocket for better small item storage. Never chew a cap without awareness of its safety role. Glance at the gas arrow before pulling into a pump, especially rentals. Tap the 57 on ketchup bottles for mess-free dispensing. Practical takeaways. Small design awareness reduces frustration, prevents minor accidents, and respects the engineering that makes ordinary items reliable. It trains you to notice intentional details elsewhere, making daily life smoother and more appreciative of human ingenuity. The biggest lesson? Everyday objects are full of quiet intelligence. Question assumptions. Look closer, and you'll find verified purpose everywhere. One last fact. The Jeans Watch Pocket's legacy continues in modern 5-pocket designs, still optimized for durability and utility, over 150 years later. Which object surprised you most? Did you already know these? What everyday object should we explain next? Comment below. I read them all. If you learned something new, like and subscribe for more fact-based discoveries that make the ordinary extraordinary. Thanks for watching. Now go notice the details.